have ID on you, sir, so I can identify who you are?
I haven't committed a crime yet.
Well, you were asked to leave, you refused to leave, that's considered trespass.
I haven't had the opportunity to leave.
So I want to know who I'm talking to, so go ahead.
You don't have the right to leave.
Okay.
You don't have the right. Am I being detained?
You're impeding traffic. Did you see that dually pull out in front of me? You. Step out of the you. You want me to call my lawyer for you? Don't touch my truck. Step out of the that's assault. Get out of the roadway. I know you didn't hit my truck.
What do you want? Why'd you pull me over?
I'm talking back to the sheriff's office. The reason I stopped you is you're screaming curse words out the window.
Yeah, freedom of speech. Get out of the goddamn road.
No,
You're blocking the whole road.
Great, that's not freedom of speech. That's
yes, that's a
disorderly
freedom
conduct.
of speech.
No, sir.
Kiss my
You got your license and insurance.
I ain't giving you What you pull me over for?
Step out. Making this a bigger deal than a new police.
Yeah, you're the one making it the bigger
Step
deal.
back here for me.
Hey, give me my...
Today we have 3 videos that are all bangers, and make sure you stay to the end because we definitely saved the best for last, including a live telephone conversation that I recorded with one of the officers involved. This quick compilation is a must-see, and they all center around the freedom of speech. The freedom of speech to tell a cop to go f*** himself. In fact, in 2 of these videos, the very moment a cop is told that, they both go nuts, hands-on, and drag the driver out of the vehicle. In fact, one set of cops get so irate they actually crash into each other. So let's jump into the first video from Death Frogs, featuring the Middletown, Ohio Police.
There we go.
Blocking traffic.
A little bit of background for this one. Police often park wherever they want, despite if that parking spot causes a danger to the public. So Death Frogs notices these cops parked without any lights, obstructing a ton of traffic. So he simply stopped to let the officers know that they were obstructing traffic, including him. And it all goes downhill from there.
You got a problem? I can have any problem I want to.
Screen recording.
Don't hit my truck with that goddamn door.
Run the 37 something.
Yeah, run what you want to. Go ahead so I can file a lawsuit on your ass. Go ahead so I can file a lawsuit on your
Get out.
You ain't no body. You a bully with a
Get out.
This is a prime example of how citizens get hurt and cops get fired, and taxpayers foot the bill for a hefty lawsuit. It all comes down to one simple word: de-escalation. Cops really enjoy when you respect their authority, praise them for their bravery, and thank them for their service. But when they run into a citizen that doesn't feel that way, wants to hold them accountable, or call them for their transgressions, they go 0 to 100 real quick, and they lack any ability to de-escalate. Things would have been super simple here. A citizen rolls up to a cop and says, "You're obstructing traffic," and the cop responds by saying, "Okay, fair point, we'll move." But their ego supersedes any reason, and then they demand you get out of the car for simply questioning them, and the next thing you know, you're about to get ripped out of your vehicle without committing any crimes at all.
Yeah, exactly. Bully with a badge. What you gonna do? Throw me in jail? I dare you to. I sue your ass. Go ahead, write that ticket. Write that ticket. I dare you to. Dare you to.
Get out.
Why? So you can say I insulted you?
Listen, this is a traffic stop now. Step out of the
Yeah, you just. Yeah, that ain't no traffic stop. You ain't pulling me over. Off.
Step out.
It ain't no traffic stop.
Death Frogs is absolutely right. This is not a traffic stop. Police can only effect a traffic stop when there's reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause to believe that a crime, city ordinance violation, or moving violation has taken place, is currently taking place, or is about to take place. Pulling up next to a cop, telling him to move, and then cussing him out does not constitute a traffic stop. It's free speech, and the First Amendment can never be converted into a crime or illegal activity. And since no crime or moving violation took place, they have zero lawful ability or authority to approach him and ask him to step out of the vehicle or even state that they're conducting a traffic stop. And ultimately, because he refuses to exit the vehicle, they're going to remove him from the car. In my opinion, any arrest from this instance is fruit of the poisonous tree. It just won't hold up in court. Fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine. a rule under which evidence that is the direct result of illegal conduct on the part of an official is inadmissible in a criminal trial against the victim of the conduct. What that means is simple. The police officers had to have legal ground to effect the traffic stop, which they didn't. So any arrests made or evidence collected from the moment they effected the illegal traffic stop is inadmissible, which means the entire thing gets thrown out in court. If I was Death Frogs, I wouldn't be worrying about these cops. I'd be worrying about how and where I was going to spend my money. From that lawsuit victory.
You're impeding traffic. Did you see that dually pull out in front of me? You.
Step out of the
F you. You want me to call my lawyer for you?
Yeah.
Don't touch my truck.
I can honestly say I'm not surprised, but it still blows my mind when cops make this epic mistake. Police just can't open your door or breach the window space without consent or a search warrant. In general, a police officer can't open a car door without permission, probable cause, or a search warrant. Opening a car door is considered a search, and warrantless searches are unreasonable unless they fall under an exception. However, a law enforcement officer may open a vehicle door and remove you from the vehicle if there exists probable cause, sometimes called reasonable cause, that a crime has been committed. Probable cause exists if it's beyond mere suspicion. And like I said previously, no legal traffic stop was effected. There's nothing illegal within plain view. So without consent or a search warrant, the search becomes illegal, and the aforementioned fruit of the poisonous tree kicks in.
That's assault, mother. Don't assault me. Don't assault me.
Now things are about to get really hairy. The passenger is going to get out of the vehicle and continue to film the illegal arrest. But what happens during the illegal arrest is going to blow your mind as much as it blew mine. These cops can't even stop for a second to think about what's going on around them. They will absolutely throw public safety to the wind to ensure their own safety. But these cops get so frantic that even their own safety isn't paramount, as one unhinged cop literally crashes into another cop's patrol vehicle. Then the cops start fighting each other.
I hope that shit's on tape. I hope that shit's on tape.
Oh, it is. I got all of it.
Go ahead, I ain't resisting.
I got all of it.
I ain't resisting. Handcuffs. I'm not resisting. You got that recorded?
Yep, I got all of it, Pops.
I ain't resisting.
I got every fucking bit of it.
Give us your hand. It's yours.
Get the off the truck, dude.
I can't breathe. Get off of me.
Step out of the roadway.
Get off me. I can't breathe.
Get out of the roadway.
Now take a look at your screen on the left-hand side. We're going to slow it down for you so you can see. What I'm assuming happened is a police officer heard on the radio that there was a pig pile, get it, on an unarmed citizen that broke no laws, and this cop was overcome with joy. His brain couldn't work and he couldn't process thought. He just jumped in his car and started speeding, and you're about to see him speed directly into another patrol vehicle. Here it comes. A Ford Explorer patrol vehicle, now seen in screen, is going to crash into another patrol vehicle. And the cops are about to start beefing with each other. Or should I say bacon.
I know you didn't get my truck.
Next time a police officer says that they're there to protect the citizens, show them this picture. They get so excited to hurt citizens, they literally crash into each other.
Yes, sir. Look at this bullshit.
Check out Death Frogs. The link to his channel in this video will be in the description of this one. And thanks to YouTube Turns for sending this to me. I think the moral of this story is police are not there for your safety. In fact, they're there for your unsafety. This is a situation that could have been completely avoided. A situation where police, when questioned by a citizen, went absolutely off the wall and started crashing into each other just because he cussed them out. Now let's get into the next one. This video was sent to me personally by a veteran named Randy. Randy said, "Josh, I follow your page closely. Well, yesterday I was arrested for free speech when I drive through a traffic stop and shouted for them to move their damn cars. Chip chased me down and arrested me. First, he said I stopped in the road. Complete lie. Next, he said I disturbed the peace. Didn't think a cop could be the defendant. Really need to know where to find a lawyer. My video is short because right away he took my phone. Think you could help a 68-year-old veteran? Well, Randy, I think we can help, and thanks for your service.
I'm doing fine. What do you want? Why'd you pull me over?
I'm sorting back to the sheriff's office. The reason I stopped you is you're screaming curse words out the window. where
Yeah,
people can
freedom
hear.
of speech. Get out of the goddamn road.
Okay, I'm gonna need your help at home for this one. I'm scrolling. I can't find any crime of disorderly conduct where a police officer can be a complaining party, especially only because a driver decided to use their First Amendment right to cuss a cop out for doing absolutely nothing. Maybe you can find some imaginary law that doesn't exist. I was unable to. I also think it's interesting. All of us Americans have the right to free speech and free press. However, Randy is one of those that actually wore a uniform and literally swore an oath to defend that Constitution. So he, more so, has fought for his own right to tell a cop off.
Blocking the whole road.
Great, that's not freedom of speech. That's
Yes, that's a
disorderly
freedom of
conduct.
speech.
No, sir. You
Kiss
got
my
your got your license and insurance.
I
on
ain't
you?
giving you What you
Step
pull
out
me
there.
over for?
Step out.
I damn sure will.
Making this a bigger deal than it needs to be.
Yeah, you're the one making it the bigger
Step
deal.
back here for me.
Hey, give me my goddamn phone.
Step back there. Hey, we're not going to do this.
As lighthearted as I try to keep these videos, and as much as I try and instill some comedy into it, this one you just can't. I spoke with Randy personally, and this was the result of this road rage road pirate. A citation for impeding the flow of traffic, obstructing government operations, and disorderly conduct. Now you might say to yourself, how did he impede traffic? Well, the Madison County Sheriffs in Madison County, Alabama are real dirty. He allegedly impeded traffic when they pulled him over. Yeah, you heard that right. This is the ultimate case of cops get back and get even. He pulled over where they initiated the traffic stop, and they said by doing that he impeded traffic. By complying. Also, you can see Randy get out of the car as soon as they ask him to. They're alleging that was obstructing their investigation. But the story doesn't end there. A 68-year-old proud combat vet fighting for our rights was then transferred and held in a drunk tank for 12 hours, even though he wasn't impaired and there was no allegation that he was impaired. He was not offered a phone call. And after that, things really start getting weird. A fake bail bonds company was given his daughter's personal cell phone number, a number that he didn't even have. And they told her that his bond was $2,200. She promptly sent over the money, and then when she called the sheriff's department to follow up, she was told that's a scam that's been going around. Madison County, I wonder where the scammers got that information. Ultimately, he was bonded out for $235, and he awaits his day in court. But in the meantime, both myself and all of you fine folks at home are left to wonder one thing. How can one of our best and our bravest, a man that's held the Constitution dear to his heart for 68 long years, be treated in such an inhumane fashion? Deputy Adams of the Madison County Sheriff's Department in Alabama is the defining factor while people on a nationwide basis dislike and distrust police. This one's a hard pill for me to swallow. And Randy is so nice. I literally just got off the phone with him, and at the end, he thanked me for my service. My service. He's the one that fought. He's the one that sacrificed. He's the one that gave it all for us. And he was still willing to thank me for a service that I hadn't even rendered. This is the type of guy Randy is. And Madison County are the type of monsters that he went up against. When you swear an oath to the Constitution, you swear to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. He fought foreign. I don't think Randy ever thought the word domestic would refer to a fight for the Constitution on his own soil against the very citizens he swore to protect. Well, we haven't forgot you, Randy, and thanks for your service. Which leads us to our last video by Danny Vanderwall, and it takes place at City Hall in Muskegon, Michigan. And I will tell you, stay through all the way to the end, because the cop that you're going to see in this video answered the phone today when I called, and we have that recording for you as well.
This is a state building. This is where our officials work.
If I call the police to have you escorted, they're going to escort you out of here. I'm trying to explain this to you.
If I break a law,
So she's not willing to.
I have to break a law, man. Well, I'm here to take care of my business.
Sir, up in here, please. Now, we had this with this gentleman last. So he came here so he can have his appointment. So the lady at the window told him, can you stop recording because there's no phones allowed so you can get your business taken care of. He keeps saying about his constitutional rights and all this, so he wouldn't stop recording. So then she said, well, we tried to call you over the phone, you denied it and said no. So then now he still won't put his phone up, so then she said that she won't see him. So then now we asked him to leave and he won't leave.
All right, buddy. They don't want you here. You gotta go.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Officer DeKuyper, 450.
Thank you.
All right, you gotta go.
Sir, can I get...
Trespassing.
Okay, hold on a second. Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Do better than that, give you everything I got.
Okay. But can you state it, because I can't read.
Oh, yeah. Sergeant Anderson, Muskegon Heights Police Department, badge number 456.
Thank you, sir.
My email's on about it.
Is this a public building?
This is a public building.
You have ID on you, sir, so I can identify who you are?
I haven't committed a crime yet.
Well, you were asked to leave. You refused to leave. That's considered trespassing.
I haven't had the opportunity to leave.
So I want to know who I'm talking to. So go ahead.
You don't have the right to leave.
Okay.
You don't have the
All
right. Am I being detained?
No, you're not.
You're not-
Thank
you're
you very
free to go.
much. I know my rights. Don't I, sir? Am I free to leave?
Yes,
Then I'm free to stay, right?
You are free to stay as well, as long as you don't cause a disturbance with them.
And I wanted to close this out with a happy ending. Obviously, we can tell Officer DeKuyper really didn't know what he was doing. I'm assuming he knew it was a public building, but he still wanted to try and trespass him and then try and get ID. But Sergeant Anderson stepped up, didn't just give him a name, but gave him a business card. And the moment he asked if he was detained, Officer DeKuyper was about to say yes, but Sergeant Anderson jumped in and said no, and then told him he was free to stay. In this community, we're extremely quick to file a complaint, as we should be, but I feel we should be just as quick to file a commendation when it's warranted. And in this situation, it absolutely was. So I called the Muskegon Heights Police Department in Muskegon, Michigan, and I asked to be transferred to a supervisor so I could give an official commendation. And the person that answered the phone? Sergeant Anderson.
Muskegon Heights Police, Sergeant Anderson.
Sergeant Anderson, hi.
Oh.
I'm surprised I am calling this. I do this very often, but I was actually calling to give you a compliment. So it's actually interesting that you're answering the phone because I was calling specifically to give you a commendation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So first of all, my name is Josh Abrams. I'm the owner and operator of a police accountability First Amendment audit channel on YouTube called Accountability.
Oh, yeah. No, about the auditors and stuff, yeah.
Well, you came into contact with one recently. He was filming inside of a city building. Not sure what that building was. Security had called the police. You were accompanied by Officer DeKuyper, badge 450, and another police officer. And I'm currently reviewing that video, and I'm going to put it online. I don't often have the ability to call police departments and give a commendation. It's usually quite the opposite. But I was very relieved to see your professionalism. I could see that Officer DeKuyper was, trying to get a trespass going and get some ID. And then you very kind of quickly stepped in, let him know that, he was not detained and he was free to stay as long as he didn't engage in, disorderly conduct or breach of peace, any crimes. And I'm sure that's daily business for you, doing the right thing. But when I cover these videos, that's not daily business. It's usually handcuffs and taser deployments. So I wanted to give you an official commendation and thank you for doing just a fantastic job.
Well, we don't hear that enough, man. Yeah, we knock things out of the park all the time, but no recognition, So I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. You guys keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully I'll teach my guys the right way.
Perfect. Again, thank you. I wish that I could say I saw more police officers like that. I think it's important that, if everyone's, willing to call you out and slam you and give you complaints, at the very first sign of trouble, we should be as quick to provide commendations. I was kind of perturbed by Officer DeKuyper's original, pursuit of a trespass and ID, but That's what this is about. Like, you saw an opportunity, everything wound up the right way, and we need more police like that. So I appreciate it. I know Michigan's a one-party state. I do record all my calls where one-party states exist. Would you mind me sharing just a little bit of this recording? Because I don't want to just tell people that I gave a commendation. I want to be able to be like, by the way, this is how nice this guy was. We did call him and reach him. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Sergeant Anderson, thank you for being just a great cop, man. We're just so blown away. So thank you. Great job.
Well, I appreciate you. Where are you from again? What's the company? I want to look you guys up.
Yeah, so my channel name is called Accountability for All. I'm out of Boston, travel the country, have about 170,000 followers. I do my own First Amendment audits, and then I cover some from other channels. Oh, nice. So this came across my screen, I watched it, and I was just, I literally called you a unicorn. I was like, this cop he had the opportunity to comply, tase, and everything, and he didn't do that. He was professional. I was like, this guy is the unicorn, so I got to give him a call.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I wouldn't say a unicorn. No, you probably just don't see most of it. Yeah, that's just a daily thing.
Well, no, it wasn't the volume of his voice. The volume of his voice was just fine. It's just like the security guard had said to him, hey, we don't want him here. We've asked him to leave. Yeah. And then he was like, all right, you got to go. You're being trespassed. Failure to stay, to stay after trespass is a crime. Yeah. And let me get your ID. And then, you kind of jumped in and saved the day. And don't worry, I'm not going to be focusing on him being a jerk for that. The focus is more so going to be, because it's going to be preceded by 3 videos of cops beating the hell out of people. And then we're going to give a happy ending where, like, by the way, if you're in Muskegon Heights, then at least, we have real good cops working there. Links to all the original videos will be in the description of this one, along with those channels. Unfortunately, Randy doesn't have a channel just yet. He sent his video to me personally. But I would like to thank all the folks in this video that stood their ground, stood up for their rights, and stood up for you in return. We can't change the fact that there's dirty cops out there. As long as the sun shines, there'll be dirty cops. As long as sugar is sweet, there'll be dirty cops. As long as there's cops, there'll be dirty cops. But we can do our part to pick up a camera and hold them accountable every chance we get. And that's the reason I stopped you today.